So if lab meat gets to the point where the average person can afford it, the question then is, will it even taste good? And for that matter, will it even really be meat?
It is 100% meat.
Because it will taste like animal meat, because that's exactly what it is.
The result is actual animal flesh.
In blind taste tests, when the tester is given lab-grown meat and real chicken, people are often surprised to find that they have guessed the incorrect one to be real. But I don't think that's honestly that surprising, at least not as it seems at first. When you're given a 50-50 option on something and the focus is how it tastes, what you're really choosing is the flavor you enjoy the most. Pure fruit juice versus a processed one, for example, most people would probably choose the sweeter option. If, however, you placed 9 real fruit juices and 1 fake juice, that taste discrepancy is much more obvious. I've covered hyper-palatable foods on this channel many times. If I can find a good one, I'll link it right above me. But what this shows is not that lab chicken tastes like chicken. Chicken is, after all, something that takes the flavor of whatever you add to it. What it shows is that chicken has a plain enough flavor that it can be compared to almost anything, from snake to alligator. Oh, that tastes like chicken. It also just shows that humans like palatable food above all else. There are 2 ways to look at this. One is excitement at how they can engineer flavor. The other is caution and fear at how they can engineer flavor. As I showed earlier, Yaakhov Nahmias said his goal is to decrease the fat in meat and make it taste even better.
I want to have a chicken breast that is healthier than salmon. I want to significantly reduce the amount of saturated fat in the products, right? I don't want it to be as fatty as regular meat.
In this article from Time, they say it tasted like chicken, but it had none of the fat. So while they demonize saturated fat for the seemingly 1000th time, let's remember historically what food companies did to make food taste better when they removed all the fat: sugar, and a lot of it. Right before we started demonizing fat in the 1980s, we were averaging 80 pounds per person every year, with it peaking at 120 pounds per person. That is a 50% increase because we said fat was bad, but still needed a way to make food taste good. We can look at vegan meat as well for how they may create these flavor profiles. They are, after all, taking plants and I'd say doing a decent job at recreating the flavor, consistency, and appearance of meat. But again, how are they doing that? The Beyond Burger, for example, has a whopping 20 ingredients in it. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, but those are plants. Well, to answer that question from earlier, I have some unfortunate news for you.
I think the first generation of products of everybody in the field are going to be hybrid. They're going to combine plant proteins for texture and then animal cells for the flavor and the aroma and everything we experience from meat.
And let's also remember the addition of trans fats to make foods more shelf stable, and honestly ask the question, how will they be engineering the flavors that we know and love? And how many things are going to be added that they presume today are harmless, only for us to later find out it is anything but? Man, if you thought that clip was crazy, wait till you hear the full context in this deep dive. Hit that top video right there, and I'll see you there.